to the elephant in the room. Everybody's asking, what do you think is going to happen at the Commodore Ballroom? What do you think is going to happen at the Commodore Ballroom, Wyatt?
Look, I'm a bit biased. I mean, I think you're going to get the win, but I feel like we've done this before. It's always you and Nicole, Cat, Nicole. Everywhere I go, that's what it seems to happen.
I think at this point, it's unavoidable. I've accepted it. She's accepted it. This whole journey, we're just dancing around and towards each other. Every company, we end up champions. So come September 16th, Nation Extreme Wrestling fans, you're going to want to put a clock on Nicole Matthews' title reign. Because September 16th, you will hear and new.
Today is August the 20th, and I will not be taking my shirt off beside these two men, but it is their birthday! 18 years old! So today is their birthday, and this is your gift. Coming to the ring next! The Pacific Northwest at a combined weight of 465 pounds. This is Miles Deville. That is Sebastian Wolfe, accompanied by Tara Satin. This is State of Emergency.
We are back inside the Neil O'Brien broadcast booth here at Nat Bailey Stadium for NEWA Take Me Out to the Brawl game. And the first match of the middle innings, Jordan, is for the NEW Tag Team titles. The champions, State of Emergency, putting one of their two belts, I should say, on the line opposite the TikTok sensations, the Voros Twins. It is the power of Da Vinci against the might of the state, and we are in for one hell of a slobber knocker.
When I'm usually in a baseball game, Justin, the fifth inning is where I'm going to go get some food, but there is no way I am leaving and not seeing State of Emergency wrestle. These guys are the absolute best.
Sebastian Wolfe has talked all kinds of trash in the lead up to this match, of course. Said they should bring back Vine because that's about as long as this one is going to last. 6 seconds to victory.
He's going to knock these two back to Nexopia, I think.
He's calling for the microphone before we get started.
He's not done talking trash just on social media.
I know it's your birthday. I'm glad you came here to fight. You're gonna have to actually earn these. You can't just steal these. We'll try to fit this in quick enough so you can make a TikTok out of it. Happy birthday.
I think a rather disingenuous wishing of a happy birthday to the Voros Twins from Sebastian Wolfe. I do not think he meant that. I think the beatdown party meant.
Yes, this is going to be a birthday beating, I think, for the ages. Of note, though, Jordan, Christopher Cassidy, typically the advocate for our tag team champions, State of Emergency. He is not with them at ringside here this afternoon. Of course, joined as they have been for the last few months by the lovely Tara Zepp. Quite a distraction outside of the ring herself, so Cassidy perhaps not needed against his former clients, the Voros Twins.
Tara Zepp has made a major impact in every match she's been in the corner of State of Emergency, and I think today's going to be no exception.
Wait and see how long it takes for Tara to make her impact felt in this one here today, but right now, whether Sebastian Wolfe is starting things off against Chris or Patrick, it will be hard to say. These identical twins are tough to differentiate. Sebastian Wolfe going to put his power game on display early instead of big drop kick from whichever of the two Voros that happened to be. And another running drop kick. The Voros Twins have the upper hand to start this one.
I don't think Wolfe cares if it's Patrick or Chris. He's just looking for some blonde hair to punch in the face.
Stereo sentons and then a double suplex as they just drop Miles Deville right onto the belly of Sebastian Wolfe.
Throwing State of Emergency around like they're a dumbbell in one of their videos.
Chop to Sebastian Wolfe will stagger him back against the ropes. Wolfe, however, able to reverse with the Irish whip. As Chris gets tied up with Miles Deville, and Miles distracting referee Colton G at the moment. Some dastardly tactics from Sebastian Wolfe, a big spear into those ropes, and what a spine buster. Could this be an early finish for the Voros Twins? No, they will live to film another TikTok.
Tara Zepp grabbing the foot of Chris or Patrick there, allowing Sebastian Wolfe to get the advantage.
He said it was only a matter of time before she made her presence known. It didn't take long at all.
So I don't know what the prop bet is, but if you had just under 2 minutes,
huge double team move from State of Emergency. A big power bomb from Sebastian Wolfe right into the waiting knees of Miles Deville. Miles looking for a cover, and again, whichever Voros that happens to be, able to get a shoulder up. Let's say Chris.
Picture perfect blockbuster on Chris Voros.
Big stomps to the gut. It's now State of Emergency going to work as we suspected they might. They certainly have a size advantage, both of them, over the Voros Twins.
I think more importantly is the intensity advantage that they have over the Voros Twins. Those are two very, very mean guys.
And they just continue to get nastier as the days go by. No signs of slowing in this tandem. They continue to pick up more championships across the Pacific Northwest and make a name for themselves. As the fade that calls the play said before we got this one started, they are the most sought-after team today in the Pacific Northwest, and that is no word of a lie.
Sebastian Wolfe with a vicious chin lock there. Wolfe, interestingly, starting the match straps down.
Usually that's a sign of intensity that he ratchets up to over the course of the match, but yes, as you said, starting at that high gear in this one. It's an aggressiveness that's been on full display in the early stages, save for when the Voros Twins had control out the gate. Another double team move from State of Emergency, and of course 2 tag teams in the ring in this one, Jordan, but so far all of the tandem offense has come from one side, save for some dual sentons, I should say, stereo sentons from the Voros Twins earlier.
You gotta believe State of Emergency still has a bad taste in their mouth after their match with the Bollywood Boys. At the Commodore back in June at NEW4 Life, they seemed to have the match in hand, but Christopher Cassidy got involved and ended up being a DQ.
And maybe that's why Christopher Cassidy is not at ringside here today, because of course he threw that powder into the face of the Bollywood Boys, and that's kind of the line chalk that you might see out here on a baseball diamond. They just didn't want to risk it. All kinds of dirt and stuff that Cassidy could pick up on his way to the ring. They figured they'd leave him in the back.
Perhaps that was foreshadowing from Christopher Cassidy throwing line chalk into their face, knowing that we were coming to Nat Bailey Stadium here for NEW8.
You should see that more from managers, I feel like, in umpire disputes.
Throwing line chalk in people's face?
Exactly. What are you, blind? And then you blind. Alas, I digress.
A double drop kick there from Chris Voros looking to make the tag to Patrick.
Can he bring Patrick into this match? It seems like he's been isolated in the ring for a good long while, and now off the top turnbuckle, in comes Patrick Voros.
Double flipping senton there.
Takes both members of SOE clean off their feet, and a huge knee to the face of Miles Deville, but Sebastian Wolfe is right behind Patrick Voros. Looked to lock him up with a waist lock, but took a spinning kick instead.
A roll through neck breaker from Patrick, causing Sebastian Wolfe to DDT his own partner, Justin.
And I talked about how it was State of Emergency that was delivering the bulk of the tandem offense in this match. That was true right there as well. They delivered it to themselves.
And look at the strength of Sebastian Wolfe rolling through that cross-body attempt. Fall away slam, shades of the bad guy, Scott Hall, but a frog splash from Chris Voros.
As Miles Deville looks to break it up, and he hits his own partner yet again. State of Emergency just looking lightly out of sync, like poorly timed audio on a TikTok reel. As now Tara Zepp sees her boys are in trouble and is quick to come to the rescue with a stiletto in hand. Throwing her shoes at the Voros Twins.
Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
The answer clearly Tara Zepp, and the troubles continue for State of Emergency.
Miscues all around for the state here. You don't see this very often.
Tara just sank like a Led Zeppelin, and the Voros nearly stole this one on a roll-up.
I was going to say, I came into this match heavily favoring State of Emergency, but from what we've seen so far, this could be the Voros' afternoon.
The Voros Twins certainly seem to be on the same page in this match in a way that State of Emergency, despite being the reigning champions, aren't quite on this afternoon.
State looking to settle down after some early jitters here. For another cutter. Back elbow blocked. Oh, flipping cravat face breaker.
An incredible display from Miles Deville, as Chris Voros able to break that one up. That could have been the match right there. After some early troubles, will we see State of Emergency get it together in the late stages? As Chris on the outside, caught by Deville, who just spiked him with a Uranagi right onto the hardest part of the ring, the outside apron. They just took weeks, if not months, maybe years off the career of that Voros twin.
Long fly Voros deep to left field, slammed into that apron.
As they're gonna bring him up once again, that same double team maneuver. Again, State of Emergency just out of sync. As a huge Hurricane Rana just sent Sebastian Wolfe into his own partner, and now it's both Voros twins in the ring at once. They've got the upper hand on the tag team champions. Dual super kicks. Rolling out of the way of an aerial strike from Miles Deville, who lands on his feet. A super kick of his own, a second one to the gut of one of those Voros twins. And Chris just gave up the body to take a bullet for Patrick. Will it pay off? Cutter.
Hip up.
Running spear from Wolfe. shot like a torpedo. The power of Sebastian Wolfe, but he's not the legal man. Again, without Christopher Cassidy in their corner, something just seems off about the tag team champions here this afternoon.
This ain't a best of 7. This is best of 1. So this could be the Voros this afternoon. One misplaced move from State of Emergency, and we could have new tag team champions here.
And the twin magic of the Voros Twins proving to be a wild card element in this one-game championship play-in. Win and you are the champs. Can the Voros Twins take it?
They hit the Da Vinci Code.
And Sebastian Wolfe saved by Miles Deville, who was able to jump across the ring and break that pin attempt up.
Gotta imagine the frustration level for State of Emergency. Gotta be at an all-time high here. They're not used to being in this position.
It is the rare match that finds these bruisers reeling in their own corner.
They're looking for the emergency exit here.
Can they seal the deal? Again, miscommunication. Deville sent tumbling into Sebastian Wolfe. Deville sent spilling to the outside as right now the Voros Twins looking upstairs yet again.
Tara Zepp with some words of encouragement to Miles Deville.
Have the tables turned here. Can State of Emergency get back on the same page? Miles flipping off of his own partner. Missed that moonsault, but a big double spear off the top turnbuckle from Sebastian Wolfe will hit right on the money. Corkscrew senton off that top rope. Deville with a cover. Could this be it? Patrick able to kick out.
That's the thing about State of Emergency, Justin. They are home run hitters. All they need is one big move to turn this thing back in their favor. They got a couple of them, but they're looking to hit the huge one right now.
They might be batting 200 in this match, but they just hit that home run, the emergency exit. And that will seal the deal. So much for a birthday victory for the Voros Twins. It certainly lasted longer than a TikTok video, however, but State of Emergency able to hang on to their championships.
Even though they're victorious, I feel like State of Emergency has a lot to discuss after that match because there were a ton of miscues, which almost ended up costing them those tag team championships.